Hey guys, I'm Colton Richardson, a personal injury attorney helping those who are hurt and taken advantage of. In this video, I'll share some questions that you should ask a lawyer ever before hiring them to handle your personal injury case. This will help you evaluate whether they are the best personal injury lawyer for you. I hope to answer many of your legal questions, so hit the subscribe and like buttons. That way we can get more people answers to their questions. So, you've been injured and possibly at the fault of someone else. One of the first things you should do is find a lawyer. The earlier you find a lawyer, the better they will be able to protect you, your case, and your rights. But how should you evaluate this lawyer that you found online, through a friend, or even on the billboard? Here are some questions that you can ask them to determine if they are the best to help you with your personal injury case. What is your experience in personal injury law? This first question you'll want to ask, and it's probably the most important question. Just like doctors, there's so many different types of lawyers: family law, criminal law, social security, disability, workers' compensation, real property. There are so many different types of law that's hard to focus on so many. So you'll want to make sure that your attorney that you hire has extensive knowledge and experience in personal injury law. In Oklahoma, we can't say that we specialize in a certain type of law, but just like doctors, lawyers focus on a small amount of practice areas so that they can be good at what they do. I did a whole nother video on this, so go take a look, but the gist of it is look at the website of that injury attorney and see what areas of practice that they list. This will be telling on their experience and whether they focus on personal injury or not. Also, stick around until the end where I will share you when you'll want to run from a lawyer as fast as you can. The second question you'll want to ask the lawyer you are considering hiring is, how do you charge for your services? In other words, how do you get paid? Most personal injury lawyers will work on a contingency fee. What that means is that a percentage of the money that is recovered by the lawyer will be his or her for the fee for working on the case. That means if the lawyer does not recover you any money, you do not owe him anything for the time that they have put into the case. This also means that you don't have to pay the lawyer any money up front. In many areas of law, a client must pay a retainer up front that the lawyer will bill against as he works on the case. Personal injury is different because most personal injury lawyers do not require any money up front for their services. No retainer required. Now the question is, what percentage do personal injury lawyers charge? As many lawyers say, it depends. Unfortunately, that's the answer many times, but it really depends on the facts of your case. Is the liability clear or not? Is it a car accident or a products liability case? What injuries did you suffer? These types of facts are usually factored in when determining the percentage because some cases take much more time than other cases. But for the most part, the percentages are usually somewhere between 33 and 50%. The percentage also usually changes as the case is filed and when it goes to trial, because at those times it requires much more time to the attorney. Also, be careful. Sometimes you get what you pay for. Some lawyers will handle your case for 20%, but they will not file it. If he or she cannot get it worked out, then they will say to you, go find another lawyer. And unfortunately, not having the same lawyer throughout the case creates some challenges. Make sure you ask what the lawyer charges and what all it entails. Third, see if this lawyer has handled personal injury cases like yours. There are so many different types of personal injury cases as well. And sometimes a personal injury lawyer may not handle certain types of cases. For example, many personal injury lawyers do not handle medical malpractice. These cases are costly and difficult. So just be sure the lawyer you hire handles personal injury cases like yours. The fourth question you'll want to ask is, what happens if we lose our case? Am I responsible for any of the costs? Back to money. As mentioned before, you do not have to pay the attorney for their services if they do not recover any money for you. However, what about the costs for filing a case, research, getting documents, printing on paper, and the more costly expenses such as hiring an expert, which could be $5,000 to $20,000 or even more. Most of the time, if you lose your case, the lawyer should not require you to pay these costs in most cases. Also, most personal injury lawyers front these expenses, so you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. They take on the risk, which sometimes also justifies the percentage of the fee. Just make sure you ask about the costs and how the lawyer handles them if you all do not win your case. Fifth, it might not be a question for them, but check out the lawyer's reputation. You can ask the lawyer if they have any other past clients that you could speak with about their experience with their firm. They might give you past clients who were pleased with their experience though. So another way is to look at online reviews. Some of these can be helpful, but some of them can be misleading. Use your best judgment when looking at these. Also, many lawyers know other lawyers, so if you have a family member or friend that is a lawyer, you could ask their reputation in the legal community. Be sure to check out the lawyer's reputation before hiring them. Sixth, how will you keep me updated about my case? The biggest complaint I've heard from people is that their lawyers never called them back. You should know where your case is in the process. However, lawyers balance many different tasks throughout the day, sometimes forget to communicate with their clients. I try to call clients back at least once a month. Cases often last at least 8 months, so patience is important. However, your lawyer or his staff should keep you updated on your case probably at least once a month. Lastly, you might want to ask this lawyer, what is my case worth? The $1,000,000 question. You might be curious as to what your case is worth or cases similar to yours. But if a lawyer tells you a certain amount, run as fast as you can. You do not want to hire this lawyer. It really depends on so many factors, but also the process on how much your case is worth. There are 7 questions you should ask a lawyer ever before hiring them for your personal injury case. Comment below any questions that you can think of that you should ask a lawyer before hiring them for your personal injury case. Again, it would mean a ton if you helped me reach others so that I can get them free legal information by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with your friends. I look forward to answering more of your questions, so drop them in the comments and I'll try to do a video.